I'll piggyback off of that one. Did they know that you were a virgin?
Yeah, mine did.
Mine too.
Yeah, mine knew.
Mine didn't.
Okay, you two switch for that.
I have a theory that I look like I've seen a thing or two and have been seeing a thing or two for a while. But I was gonna say, I think the same is true of you. I would even put you ahead of me. But I love your aesthetic anyway. I think I expected people to think that I'm into hardcore stuff like that and have had a really colorful past.
You look like you have demons, respectfully.
I love that, that's the goal.
I think,
I should go in your spot.
no, her.
Okay.
Me? Right at the front?
No, not in the front, in my spot.
Over
in the
here?
third
Okay.
place.
I feel like I would switch places with you
Yeah,
and go
okay,
in the
yeah.
middle. Just somewhere in the middle.
I feel as though you should be back here. I think you're the quiet achiever.
I think so. I think
Yeah.
she's a, yeah.
So I would
think
say even, maybe even at the front here. Yes.
Even based on appearance, I think I would actually put you ahead of me.
Okay.
I have a feeling that you shouldn't be that far down.
Me?
You should pop down somewhere in
Like in
here.
the middle.
I don't know where to position myself.
I'd say maybe towards the middle, right over here.
Okay.
I don't know where to put myself, so I'm just gonna leave it, maybe? I don't know.
I feel like she's very confident in the fact that she should be further up, so maybe
in the middle at least.
put yourself where you think you might fit.
I feel like, here's good.
Maybe we can talk about relationship status. Are you guys in a relationship or married or,
I am single. I have a couple side pieces, but
I go on so many different dates, and my longest relationship would have to be 3 or 4 years.
I'm single. I haven't been in one for a little while, I'd say.
I'm married and I've been with him for 8 years. Wow. I haven't been married for 8 years. I've been together with my husband for 8 years.
I'm married and I've been with him 4 years, I guess. I hadn't dated anybody longer than a year until I met my husband.
I am in the longest relationship I've ever been in now. We've been together for around a year and a half. I want to put you ahead of me because you've been in a relationship for 8 years.
Yeah, I'm not sure because relationships, they can be a starting point, but of course, that doesn't dictate everything in terms of losing your virginity.
That's
so
true.
I feel like I want to move myself. Am I okay to do
I kind of want to
that?
switch with
Yes.
you. I feel like I'm the most unstable in my relationships, so.
Do you guys feel like you had an adequate sexual education?
My parents talked to me about it before it was shared with me in 6th grade, in school. Did your parents talk to you about sex, or did you find out from a sibling or from a peer? Or
I learned about it at school and through my friends' experiences as well.
I was around 11 or 12. My mom gave me a book about puberty and everything and was saying, if you have any questions, just let me know.
My mom talked to me about it when I was 8, but unfortunately, in middle school, I really grasped it because of the internet. So,
I feel like I had an adequate sexual education between school, and my mom was really religious, so she was like, wait till marriage.
I was really young, I guess, compared to the group. I was in maybe 2nd grade, and one of my best friends in elementary school told me about sex, and her parents were very open with her about sex, so she told me in graphic detail everything. And I was really fascinated by it, but also would pray every night for years that God would make me forget what it was, because I felt really bad about knowing what it was. Horny information.
yeah, I remember being grossed out. I asked my mom, I was like, you do this with dad? And she's like, yeah, once a week. And I was just like, oh, I couldn't look at my dad after that.
Okay, well, based on the fact that you had confusing mixed signals about sex, I would say, I don't agree with y'all's position in general, so I think you should be all the way at the end.
I don't know if I'm allowed to ask this, but has anyone ever felt like there was a time in life where they were afraid to have sex?
I was afraid. Being hurt, being vulnerable to somebody, taking that from me, so yes.
People would tell me different stories and how much it hurts, and mainly it was a physical fear for me.
Yeah, I would definitely agree that I was afraid. more afraid of it not meaning to them what it meant to me.
I was never, ever, ever afraid to have sex. I wanted to have it as soon as I found out what it was. I think I'm gonna scoot down a little bit. Did a lot of y'all grow up religious?
I'm Christian. I didn't grow up Christian, but I became Christian.
I grew up as a dancer, so everything was very sexualized. So obviously when I dance, I'm telling a story, and clothes I wear, I feel like I like to embrace that femininity about me.
I think you should be a little further down. Here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I grew up Mormon.
Okay, extra fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though I grew up Christian and still am Christian, I never felt like sex was damned. Even masturbation was presented, I remember in a Sunday school class, as like being optional, you know, being okay.
I was told something that was really triggering to my OCD. In church, I was told that masturbating's wrong because it means that your partner means less to you, and that you're like stealing pleasure from them. And it's like sad because, you know, like I've loved my partners and that's not true. So.
You know, in a way, if you don't have a partner, it's like, well, what are you supposed to do with yourself then?
So it's something that I had explored previously, and as a Christian, I personally don't really believe that I should be doing that, so it's something that I try to avoid. I never want to hurt anyone's feelings or come across as like mean or rude, and I think it's just a different view, it's a different value.
I have a confession, and I've never watched porn, ever. And I think it's because I don't find most men attractive.
I guess that brings up the question of like, when we talk about having sex, are we talking about having sex with men?
You know, if penetration is losing virginity for somebody, or if
Somebody's a lesbian.
if
and-
somebody's a lesbian, then it's like if you do oral, maybe they would say like, oh, I lost my virginity that way.
Right.
But I feel like it's more about the intimacy, like you said. It's like, so when did you break your virginity? Where do we draw the line there? That's going back to what you were saying.
And break, I heard you say that earlier, break your virginity, like, so.
Yeah, break your virginity. So in Australia, we call it breaking virginity. I think breaking my virginity is more intense. So I feel it really fits my story. Yeah, losing isn't so hardcore.
I have a question. Were you guys popular growing up?
No. We'll start there.
I was popular at school, I think, because I was a dancer and...
You look like you were popular. You have like the blonde and
The hair, the curly hair.
I was more of like a academic jock, but still I never felt like I measured up to like the super popular crowd.
I think in regards to your story about how popular you were athletically, you know, you get to know a lot of people and be more social. I think you and I should switch spots.
Okay?
I was definitely a partier in college, and I started drinking when I was in middle school, but it was definitely mostly to fit in.
There was a comment made that you seem really confident, and I've been observing you, and I totally think that's true. I kind of want to put you between me and her.
Okay.
Has anybody in the group taken somebody's virginity?
I know I've taken one person's virginity. I didn't like it.
I try to avoid that situation, so if someone didn't tell me that, I wouldn't know.
It actually happened to me pretty recently. I had taken somebody's virginity and their first kiss. According to them, it was a really good experience.
I still feel like you're down here somewhere, though.
Where am I going?
Maybe... Yeah.
Second,
Sorry. You're like the dark horse that we have to watch.
Yeah.
I feel.
When you all lost your virginity, was it to somebody who was also a virgin?
No.
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 No, no.
I'll piggyback off of that one. Did they know that you were a virgin?
Yeah, mine did.
Mine too.
Yeah, mine knew.
I knew.
Mine didn't.
Okay, you two switch for that.
Okay.
I feel like you were trying to bag one, you know what I mean? Like get it over with.
I don't want to respond to that right now. We'll see.
I think you're too far down
Where should I go?
in between these dresses.
actually think you're ahead of me. So I would like to put you between me and her.
I feel like you should go ahead, though. I don't know. I'm not sure.
You seem curious. I feel like you or maybe experiment a little earlier.
I guess since the spot's empty, I'll just go over here.
Hey Good Humans, we know that conversations around sex and intimacy can be difficult, especially for beginners. That's why we're taking a quick moment to give a shout out to our partner Lilo for sponsoring this video and for being a leading luxury pleasure brand that advocates for self-care. Lilo is an advocate for breaking taboos and removing stigma when it comes to sexual pleasure. You'll see that with their luxury products like the Sela Cruise. Sela Cruise is a sonic massager specifically designed for sex toy beginners. With Sela Cruise, you can follow your senses and find out what feels good at your own pace. By incorporating cruise technology, it provides a more controlled pleasure journey, encouraging you to be more in the moment and pay attention to all your body sensations. We invite you to check out Sela Cruise by Lilo and use promo code Jubilee at checkout. And now, let's get back to the episode.
So in the 7th spot, Deanna. In the 6th spot, Sydney. In the 5th spot, Christina.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. In the 4th spot, Stephanie. So in the 3rd spot, Sarah. In the 2nd spot, Nikki. And in the 1st spot, Amanda.
So what's the tale?
I was 15. My friend wanted to lose her virginity, so she was talking to this guy, and she was like, "Oh, he always has this friend with him, so can you like come and hang out?" And like, I ended up liking him. He took his mom's van, and we all went to the woods. I lost my virginity listening to Pretty Ricky with my friend and his friend watching us in the backseat. So that's what it was.
I was 16 and I really wanted to lose my virginity, and I found a boy who I thought was cute. We went to homecoming together, and then we kind of snuck away and went back to his parents' house, and we did it upstairs.
I was 19 and I was having a sleepover with my then guy best friend. So one night he told me he loved me. We were just like kissing, and I was like, I feel intuitively right about this now. And now we've been together for like a year and a half, so.
I lost my virginity at 22. I lost it to my current husband on our wedding night.
Oh my God.
And we waited 8 years to do it. Like everyone was like, "Oh, are you like pumped? Are you so excited? Like it's the night." Obviously like pretty expressive about like, "Oh my gosh, really excited for the wedding." Multiple reasons. One reason being able to have sex, right?
I lost mine at 22. It was from a person who I got into a relationship with over a dating app. One night when we were at his place just cuddling and watching a movie, we talked about it a little bit more, and I felt ready then.
So I was 28 when I broke my virginity. So I'd waited my whole life for that special somebody. And it wasn't for religious reasons, like I said. It was something that I wanted to give my partner. So I waited, and I found out he was married.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, it wasn't the best experience for me. So now I have trust issues.
Yeah.
I was 41 when I lost my virginity to the man that I'm now married to. I'm 45, so I literally dated over 100 guys. Part of it was like, oh, I wasn't finding the right guy, but most of it was because I was chasing like unavailable men. I mean, we flew to this island called Huahine in French Polynesia, had sex in a bungalow, and he brought along these little sex cards, you know, like different sex positions to try out. So it was playful, and tried it several times in that day and figured out what worked. And he did propose a couple days later. So, and here we are.
Wow.
So many people carry unnecessary shame about losing their virginity too late or too early, and there's no right time objectively.
But I think there is a part of sexual empowerment too where you can draw your own boundaries and you don't feel like you have to owe anybody sex. What I was looking for was a committed and loving relationship, and it's hard. It's really hard to find that out there. And if that's what you're looking for, don't give up.
Final thoughts? Have sex.
How soon did you tell your friends after? I just told my best friend.
I told everyone it's fine.
I would say, given the situation, people probably assumed.
Definitely told my mom the next day. Anybody else tell their
Yeah, I
mom?
told my mom.
I think my mom still thinks I'm a virgin.